Right, so modeling data with Power BI. Here's one I almost made earlier. So down the left hand side we have our reports, our data, and our modeling area. So we're going to be using the modeling area at this moment. So we have a partially created model at the moment where we've got part of a star schema, but we're missing something crucial, so a date dimension. So date will allow us to slice our data by year, month, day. So in order to do that, we're going to create that dynamically because the data doesn't exist natively to our big data source. So we're going to start doing that by editing our query. Again, this is going to bring up a Power Query editor, and then we're also going to start adding a couple of parameters to aid with that dynamism. So we're going to do style, also going to define our end year, and we're also going to provide the end month. And yeah, which is going to be December. So we're then going to add a new query. So we're going to add a blank query so we can start creating this dynamically. So we're going to call our query date. But we're also going to, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the advanced editor. What the advanced editor is going to allow us to do is quickly create that dimension. So this is the M language, which is for mashup and data transformation. So we can do all of this within the UI itself, but for speed purposes, we're just going to copy and paste something we prepared earlier. So it lists out all these steps, which again we achieve throughout the UI. But for repeatability and usability, we can use M in order to do that. So if we close and apply, this is now going to start ingesting this data into our model. Okay. So creating that connection to the dynamic table, loading the data through, it's going to add it then to our canvas. So it's added. So we can now link our date key, our date dimension to our date key on our taxi trip. So drag and drop, and that then creates a relationship. So we now have our star schema. So from there we can then add a very simple measure to start gaining insights into our data. So we could do total passengers. So all the measure is a dynamic calculation which is dynamic based upon the context in which it resides. So create total passengers, we can drag that onto our canvas and immediately start getting insight. So you've got about 170,000 passengers in this sample. We can cut it by vendor. So Verifone is our most useful vendor. And say that the most common payment type is credit cards, followed by cash. And that's how we can then start gaining insight really rapidly into the data that we have.